Hey there, what's up, you guys? I'm Gabriel, and today I thought I could do a different sort of video. It's actually more like my old videos on this channel. I used to do more sort of vlog like things, like story times almost. So I thought I could delve back into this, sort of like a personal video diary, so I can go back and look at this later. Um, so today's video, I wanted to talk about this recent dream I had. It was on Christmas, so technically it was last year, but it's barely the second month of the year, so really it wasn't really that long ago. Um, and this dream is one of the most sort of realistic and I don't want to say life altering, but it certainly changed the way I was for like a good week, up until a good week after Christmas. So I want to start off by explaining how I usually dream. Um, there's this phenomenon known as lucid dreaming, and that's where you can you actively know that you're dreaming and you're able to control what you do in your dreams. So let's say you're dreaming and you realize you're dreaming, and then you fly around and you're Superman, or you I don't know, rob a bank, whatever you're into. Well, that's most of my dreams almost. So I would say like 9 out of 10 dreams I know I'm dreaming. Um, and then 1 out of the 10 times I don't know I'm dreaming and I think the dream is real. Now, this time was a 1 out of the 10th time. I didn't know I was dreaming. And I remember, all right, so I'm going to get into the dream now. And I remember it quite vividly because it was so scarring. So I remember that it was me and my sister, my little sister, and we were at a school, some sort of school event. There was a lot of people on campus, and we were sort of near this cafeteria area. There were like cafeteria tables, like school tables. And yeah, so there was some sort of event going on, and me and her were there walking around, and suddenly we heard screaming and gunshots. And again, this is a dream that it's the 1 out of 10 dream that I thought was real. I'm fully immersed in it. And so I heard the gunshots, and right away, sort of me and my sister realized we panicked, and we both knew what was happening, right? We both um, sort of intuitively guessed that it was a school shooting um, because of the gunshot sounds, right? And me and her started running around, and as soon as we started running around, things sort of got bizarre. Like, dreams from one thing to one moment to the next. Um, Things change and you don't really question it because you're in a dream, right? You could be like with your dad's family and then all of a sudden you're with your mom's family and nothing changes. It was like that. My sister was gone. It was just me now. And I was running around the cafeteria and while there was a school shooting and there was multiple people with like AR-15s, just these big black assault rifles, and they had backpacks on and they were dressed in all black, and they were shooting around and everyone was screaming. It was complete mayhem. And I was running around and I was running towards like this bathroom down this like corridor, and I heard the gunshots just echoing through the hallways. And I was running around, and suddenly during this part I realized it was a dream. I realized it was a dream, but I rationalized with myself inside of the dream, and I was like, am I dreaming while in a dream? It was very strange. I questioned whether or not I was dreaming inside of a dream. And after debating it for a couple seconds while running around and hiding in the dream, I went, no, this is too real. This is real. I'm really here. Which is terrifying because now I fully believe that I was in the middle of a school shooting and that I definitely wasn't. I reasoned with myself and I assumed, no, this is real. It's not a dream. And I was running around and I got out of the corridor, and as soon as I did, everything turned to slow motion, just completely, almost like we were still, right? And I was running around zigzagged, right? Because that's what you're supposed to do during if you're getting shot at, right? So I was running around zigzag in a zigzag pattern, and I remember just locking eyes with one of the school shooters in slow motion. And just this fear crept on my face. And it was from my perspective, and I was looking at the school shooter, and slowly, very slowly, the gun started pointing towards me. And I'm not sure if any of you guys have seen Kill Bill, but in Kill Bill, there's sort of like this siren sound effect that plays. It's like a ding ding. I'll try and play it if I can. And that was playing like a version of that. It wasn't exactly that, but a version of that was playing in my head, and it was in just in the slowest motion, and it felt like it lasted for 5 minutes, and I knew in that moment that I was going to die. It was this terrible realization where there was absolutely nothing that I could do. And when it got to the point where I was staring down the barrel of the weapon, I was filled with this just this empty feeling. I was completely just heartbroken that there was nothing I could do to escape this um, situation. And again, I felt like it was fully real. And I sort of looked at the school shooter and just questioning why they would do such a thing. And as I was looking, I felt like guilt. Um, for some reason, I felt shame, not just for myself but also for them. And I was looking at them, and I remembered my dream. I started to tear up, and I mean, you could tell it sort of really emotionally affected me. I'm tearing about it now, but I was staring at him, and I was tearing up at my dream. And well, I should probably preface this by saying my biggest fear is to die, which I think is pretty common. Um, I'll delve into that later more, but suddenly, it's just the sound of the bullet. And instantly, I felt this crumpling feeling because I knew it was going to happen. I knew I was going to die. And I was terrified because it's real. And the bullet was still moving in slow motion, and I was still moving in slow motion, trying my best to get out of it, but I knew that I couldn't. And then suddenly the bullet hit me and I died. And now, usually that's when you wake up in dreams, right? When you die. But in that moment, I didn't. I didn't wake up. It just went, everything turned to black. I didn't have any thoughts. I couldn't feel anything. I just had this empty, nothingness feeling because I was dead. I had just died in my dream, and I stayed in this limbo of existing and not existing all at once. And slowly, there's just this sound and feeling of my heart beating, bum 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 bum, like really quickly, started like coming in, like the sound of it got louder, and the feeling of it pumping in my chest, beating in my chest got louder as well. It got stronger, and I woke up, and I was out of breath, and my room was dark, and I didn't know what to do. I was completely shocked at what just happened. It had been a completely surreal experience. It felt like an out of body experience as well, but it also felt so intimate. I'd never had such an intimate feeling and experience with such a horrible thing to imagine. And I've had nightmares before. I mean, I would say about 70 to 80% of my dreams are nightmares. But they had never affected me as much as this, even though I had died in dreams before. And I woke up and I felt paralyzed. I couldn't move. I was just beating really fast. My heart wasn't. And I was breathing really fast as well. And I laid there for a little bit and I was sweating. I mean, my face was like covered in, and it wasn't a hot sweat either. I was cold. Um, and suddenly I got up. I was able to move my hands and my fingers, and I got up. And I just sat there, sort of in a fetal position, cradling my knees, just wondering and trying to go over what just happened sort of internally, um, remembering the situation. And that's another thing too, um, because I sort of knew I was dreaming and sort of didn't know at the same time, I was making sure to catalog everything into my memory. And everything really stuck in there. And it's one of those dreams where you remember vividly, even though most of the time you don't remember anything from a dream, right after waking up, no matter how much you want to remember. This one I didn't want to remember, and yet it stuck with me. And I mean, the feeling was absolutely horrible. And I know people who sometimes they go into like a coma or something, and they see God. And to their credit, I did not die for reals. My heart did not stop. I wasn't brain dead for any amount of time, right? But it was just this sensation of nothing and just darkness was so intensely terrifying to me that it only made me fear death more. But I think the positive thing that I gained from this, as negative as that experience was, I gained this innate love for being alive. Seeing how horrible in my dream dying made me feel compels me to realize how invaluable life is and how important it is to fight through the hard times and through live to live through it all with a smile on my face. I fully dread that moment when I die. And I think one of the reasons why is because I'm not religious. I don't believe in an afterlife. And it's not because I'm like, oh, religion's all, idiots. There's people who like to disrespect people who are religious and such, or people who fully abide to the laws of science and they think anyone else who. I believe everyone has the right to believe whatever they want. I do usually abide by what science says and stuff. Um, I don't tend to doubt things that can be proven. Um, but since I was young and I went to Sunday school, and for multiple years, and even then as a young child, I never um, I never once sympathized or agreed or believed in what was being taught to me. I just thought it was silly. Like I'd look around in the classroom and I think like, you guys are believing this or, oh that's weird. I thought this was just like a fun reading thing. Um, Basically, what I'm getting at is it never made sense to me. Um, I understand that some people it does make perfect sense to them, and it feels like the key to the universe is in their hands, or it's just this reassuring feeling that there will be something after this life, which is what I lack, and which I would so hope to um, sort of have this anticipation for, but I don't because I lack that. I lack that ability to have faith in something beyond regular life, the life that I think I can experience and feel. Which is why the thought of death is so terrifying to me, and why that experience overall changed me for the good, for the better, because it made me realize how much I value being alive. But yeah, I mean it was horrible. Um, if anyone has had an experience like that, please leave a comment. I'm You have no idea how interested I am to hear other people's opinions and thoughts and hopefully similar experiences. No one likes to feel like they're alone. And I don't want to feel like I'm alone on this. I hope there's someone else out there who experienced something like this and has something to say for it. And maybe we had different experiences or different dreams, but we both gained this sort of newfound appreciation for life. And I don't mean to say that I didn't appreciate life beforehand. It's just this made me fear not living life to the fullest and not fully being myself um, before death, which is a horrifying thought to me. So if you have something like that in your life, if you had an experience like that, please let me know. because that would be very interesting and fascinating to me to be able to read someone's experience like that. Um, Maybe you haven't. Maybe you just think I'm some sort of idiotic lunatic. You can leave a comment about that too. I'd be interested to see or to read why you think I am, or maybe you think I'm lying about this. I don't know. I just hope to create some sort of open discourse where you can freely express your thoughts in the comments below. And I just wanted to share this because it was such a strange experience for me, and a new experience for me, that I thought it'd be maybe someone could learn from it, or maybe someone could uh, hopefully use this as a tool to maybe like me find a newfound appreciation for life, which is would ultimately be a positive thing. I haven't done this in a long time. In case you couldn't tell, probably like since 2018 maybe. So if you are wondering why I always kind of going in circles, he's saying the same thing over and over again. I'm sorry. I like practice, obviously. Maybe eventually I'll get better at it. But for now, um, yeah, I guess it'll just be this. I mean, we've already got the party started, so I might as well talk about some other stuff too, as it is kind of a video diary. That's been on my mind for quite some time. But in terms of recently, I'll say I've been in college for this is my second semester now, 2 semesters in. I'm in for civil engineering, that's my major. Um, if you're in college, leave your major down below. That'd be cool to see. If you're already done with college, leave your major too. How was it? If you're not in college, that'd be cool. Explain why. Maybe it just wasn't for you. Um, College has been going pretty good for me so far. I still struggle with assignments and doing work at home because that's the biggest change from high school. I never really did homework in high school. I would always do it in class, finish everything in class. So this has been completely new to me. Same with studying for tests. I never once studied for tests like throughout my entire education, like K through 12. Literally never once studied for a test. Still got passing grades. It's just the material wasn't really, that challenging. But in college, you know, the math classes definitely, if I didn't study for them, even if I understood the material, if I didn't study specifically for the tests, I'd get a really bad score. Like we're talking like 27s out of 70 and stuff. So yeah, I'd hope to update you guys on sort of my college experience, college journey, you know. And I hope that, this was a very serious video to start with, but I would like to make some more videos, sort of just me, going through life, talking about my experiences, hopefully make them comical. Um, Maybe they could be funny videos to entertain you while you eat. I don't know, because we all have to have something while we eat. Um, like literally, I think I would go insane if I didn't have like a video playing while I ate. It's pretty bad considering how little I used to um, have devices or electronics, and now it's like, oh, there's no like interesting YouTube video playing while I'm eating. What's the point of eating? What's the point of being alive if I don't have my phone with me? Which I will say I've gotten better at. I was actually really good at it for a long time in terms of like screen time. Like my screen time would be like 2 to 3 hours, and the other day I got an 8 hour screen time, which like I was disgusted to see such a large number. 8 hours on your flippin' phone is nuts. So I hope to cut that down. Also, I just want to say, I don't really want to edit these videos, um, so they're gonna be pretty raw, because I think it's more of a conversational thing, um, right? Jack, Jamie, Maggie, Christopher, Christian, Columbus, Conford, Ranchtonford. If that's your name, Jackson, leave a comment. That'd be cool if I guessed your name. How crazy would that? That'd be like one in a bajillion chance. No. How much names is there? Like 100? I don't know. Okay. Well, this video has been great to make. I learned a lot. I hope you found my experience even a little interesting. Um, if you like the video, leave a like. If you dislike the video, dislike the video. If you want to write something in the comments, please do. If you've watched all the way to the end, like as in right now, leave a comment that says, like, Zondorp. Whatever your auditorial interpretation of what I just said was, just text that, write that down as best you can, the word Zondorp, um, and the person closest to what I'm imagining, you'll get pinned, which is probably like the first person. It's Zondorp. You know, there's not much room for error there. I don't know though. Maybe writing is challenging for you, so maybe a fun little challenge to write Zondorp in the comments. And if you write Flondorp, I will ban you from the comment section for 10 years. So don't write Flondorp. Write write Zondorp, not Flon. Hashtag Zondorp, not Flondorp. What was it? Flomborp. If you write Flondorp or Flomborp, you will be. I will dislocate your shoulder. No. I would a peace, passion, not fighting. Was it peace, not love? No, love, not war. I don't know. It's late at night. By that I mean it's like 10 p.m. and I'm tired. So I'm so glad you watched, and I appreciate you, and I love you, and just know that you're loved. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week, and I hope you um, watch another video of mine in the future when they do come out. Thank you, and